Welcome back to class. I'm glad you could make it. Have you enjoyed your words you've been learning? Good. Okay, well, I have a whole new set to go over with you today, so let's get started. Okay? Good. This first word is a word that means a person who is skilled in conversation as well as gastronomy, or the preparation and eating of food. And someone who is like that is known as a dipnosophist. As a great dipnosophist, he could enthrall his dinner guest with stories about each dish, how it was selected and prepared. Dipnosophist. It's a good long word to use, but pretty specific. But if you can pull it out and use it, it's a great word. Dipnosophist. This next word means a mystical interpretation of a word, passage, or text. And that word is anagogic. A mystical interpretation or a deeper meaning of a word or text. When it came to politics, she was far too anagogic. Every little thing had some deep, secret meaning to her. Anagogic. And this next word is another word that's very specific, and it basically means someone who is a striptease artist. Now, usually this word is used in a humorous connotation, but you can call someone who is a striptease artist an ecdysiast. This comes from a biological term of an animal that sheds its skin. So it's usually used in a humorous connotation with someone. The only way she kept her parents from finding out that she was a stripper was by calling herself an ecdysiast. This next word is another very specific word. We seem to have a theme here today, because the meaning of this word is to throw something or someone out of the window. And I love this word. It is so specific. But the word is defenestrate, or defenestrate. The thief would defenestrate the jewels for his partner to pick up on the street below. Defenestrate. To chuck it out the window. This next word means something or someone that is the center of attraction or admiration. And that word is cynosure. After she scored the winning goal, she was the cynosure of the small town for at least a month. Cynosure. Okay, now this word means something that has a changeable luster. something that is shiny and iridescent, but also has like a deeper characteristic to it that changes. If something is like that, it is chatoyant. Chatoyant. The new and expensive paint job made his car chatoyant in the sunlight, catching everyone's attention. Chatoyant. Okay, how you doing? Good. Yeah, these words are sometimes very specific. You have to wait a long time before you can use some of them. Okay, now this next word means something that lasts only for a moment, something that is very short-lived. Something like that is fugacious. Fugacious. The fugacious afternoon rain was gone before it had hardly begun. Fugacious. Okay, this next word means something that is cheap and showy or tawdry, like cheap jewelry. You can say that it is brummagem. Brummagem. His friends insisted on dragging him out into the brummagem streets of Las Vegas, looking for action. This word comes from the name of a town in England where they counterfeited a lot of coins in the 17th century. And this isn't the name of the town, but it is like a slurred together version of it. Brummagem. Okay, this next word means to bend the knee and lower the body, especially in reverence. So basically it means to bow. And that word is genuflect. Genuflect. It usually means probably a little bit more than just a bow, but that's basically kind of the connotation of what it means. But usually you're like bending your body and your knees and everything, and you're going down. You're just not bending at the waist. Genuflect. The day before he met the Queen, he practiced his genuflecting for hours until his back was sore. Genuflect. This next word means easily crumbled. And that's pretty much it. If something is easily crumbled, it is friable. Friable. The parched earth was friable, falling apart in the farmer's hands as he looked to the sky for rain. Friable. Now, here's a very interesting word. It basically means like a goat, and specifically in two areas: having a strong smell or being overly lustful. And I would imagine that those are two separate things, because I'd imagine if you had too strong a smell, you wouldn't have too much luck with the lustful part. But that word is hircine. Hircine. Like a goat. Her hircine friends were always trying to hook her up with other guys, none of which were her type. This next word means spiritual apathy or torpor. Spiritual apathy or torpor. And torpor basically means apathy. Not caring very much about anything. But when you're specifically talking about spiritual matters, the word is acedia. Acedia. He fought acedia all of his life until his daughter was born. Then he was in church every week. Acedia. There's a lot of early church writings about the sin of acedia. Okay. This next word means someone who is a beginner or a novice. This is very similar to the word that we learned, abecedarian. This basically means the same thing as abecedarian. Someone who is a beginner or a novice. That person is a neophyte. Neophyte. After his first company meeting, he knew he was a neophyte. He headed straight to the library to start learning. This word means to become hardened or callous. That word is indurated. Indurated. Years of life on the streets had indurated her to the harsh words and scornful looks of others. Indurated. This next word is a word I love to say. It sounds so good when you say it. But it means to revert to a primitive form of behavior. And that word is atavistic. Atavistic behavior, returning to a more primitive form. The store-wide sale turned the crowd into atavistic monsters. They were not even speaking complete sentences as they tore into the display case. Atavistic. This next word means idyllically pastoral, simple or untroubled. Sounds like a great place. It is Arcadian. Arcadian. The Arcadian countryside around Dorking, England, was the perfect vacation for the busy couple. Arcadian. This next word is an art history word. It means the distribution of light and shade in a picture. So basically, how the artist uses light and shadow to show the objects and people in his painting. And that word is chiaroscuro. Chiaroscuro. When composing a photograph, she always paid close attention to the chiaroscuro effect of the light on her subjects' faces. Chiaroscuro. And here's another wonderful word to say. And it is a word that means blissfully unconcerned. It has a hint of innocence and carefreeness to it. And that word is insouciant. Insouciant. With insouciant glee, the children ran to welcome their fathers home early from the closed factory. Insouciant. Now this word means to stain or paint, or to put on makeup. And that word is infucate. Infucate. With a soft whisper, she demonstrated how to infucate your face with various powders and creams. Infucate. This next word is a new word to me. I just learned it. It means dazzling or stunning. And it can mean not only in a good way, but also in a bad way. And sometimes it is used to describe a disease that takes over someone's body very quickly and with great severity. But it doesn't have to mean that. But that's where it's used the most. And that word is foudroyant. Foudroyant. The lightning hit the tree with foudroyant splendor, sending them all running inside. Foudroyant. And here we have our last word. This word means to go from one side across to the other. And that word is athwart. Athwart. To go from one side across and over to the other side. She found the most challenging part of horseback riding was just staying athwart of the animal. Athwart. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these words, and I hope you were able to find ways to use them. I know some of them are very specific, but maybe you can just steer the conversations that you have towards using those words. But other ones of them, like athwart or some of the others, are very good words to have in your vocabulary. So I hope you're able to use them in the coming weeks. And please come back anytime you want, and we will learn some new words. All right? Thank you very much. Bye.